The Nigerian Labour Congress is requesting an extension of time for its president, Joe Ajaero, to respond to the police invitation over the allegation of terrorism financing. The union held an emergency National Executive Council meeting earlier today, and members of the union gathered at the headquarters of the union in solidarity with the NLC president. The Deputy Vice President of the Congress, Kabiru Sani, says the agency is consulting its lawyers to ask for an extension of time before granting the request of the police.
We will honor the invitation of the Nigerian Police because we are not a faceless organization, but we believe that we need an extension of time after consultation with our lawyers, because this invitation was extended to the Congress President yesterday and asked to report at the police by 10 a.m. today. So we are already working with our lawyers to look for extension of time. But this does not legitimize the charges by the Nigerian police to the Congress leadership. And secondly, we resolve that in an event our Congress President was arrested or detained at any moment, we put our appellate on red alert to mobilize our membership across the country, that all workers in this country should down-tool their services. Yes. This is the because, comrades, this organization belongs to all of us. Yes. Therefore, we should do everything possible to safeguard the sanctity of this organization.
The police on Monday invited Mr. Ajaero for an interview on charges connected to criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. The letter of invitation signed by ACP Adamu Muazu on behalf of the Commissioner of Police Intelligence mentioned that Mr. Ajaero's name was mentioned in ongoing investigations. The letter also warned that a warrant of arrest will be issued if he fails to report today.
That is due to the communique issued by the NLC describing the invitation as an abuse of their rights and several other things in which they have said. However, even before that communique was issued, we had gathered, from our sources within the police that the NLC leader had requested for more time to show up at the police facility behind me. As you would expect, in addition to police operatives, we also have operatives on this side from the DSS to support the police, tighten security, and in anticipation that the NLC president would have showed up, and if he had showed up, he would have come with a caravan of some sort, and with labor leaders in solidarity. That's the present situation where we are.
And to other stories now. The former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onoge, has appeared at the Court of Appeal in Abuja for the first time over the appeal he filed challenging his suspension by the Code of Conduct Tribunal. The Attorney General of the Federation told justices of the Court of Appeal that an amicable settlement is being sought to resolve the issues raised by the former CJN. Acting Director of Civil Litigation at the Ministry of Justice, Tijani Ghazali, who represented the AGF at the Open Court, mentioned that a lawyer who was contracted to prosecute the case died in 2020 and did not hand over the case file to the ministry. Justice Jumbo Joe, who led the three-member panel, granted an accelerated hearing in the matter and adjourned till 19th September.
Well, we are very, very happy that today the court granted accelerated hearing of these appeals. This is a matter that had been pending for quite a while, but today the Honorable Court heard us on the prayers that we filed a long time ago for accelerated hearing of this matter, and these cases have been set down for definite hearing. And you'll also notice that there was an adjournment for an opportunity to look into this matter. So we are very grateful that the government has promised to look into it, and we are very hopeful.
We're staying with the fuel scarcity in parts of the country, especially Lagos and Abuja. In the nation's capital, it seems fuel queues may not disappear anytime soon, as motorists spend valuable time trying to purchase premium motor spirit. The queues get a bit shorter in the morning and longer in the evening. Motorists and black marketers are having enough supply of the product at will and selling to motorists at 1,000 to 1,200 naira per litre. A visit to some of the stations in Abuja shows a sharp increase in pump prices. Other fuel stations around the city remain low, as those selling the products dispense only from few pumps. Governor Ahmadu Fintiri has commended security operatives for their professional conduct during the last nationwide protest. The governor spoke at the end of the expanded State Security Council meeting, attended by traditional rulers. Senior reporter Wulabi Adenusi filed in this report.
Seated in this hall are key stakeholders in Adamawa State who are seeking for better ways for a peaceful and progressive Adamawa. Speaking at the event, Governor Ahmadu Fintiri emphasizes his administration's commitment to youth development. The governor was represented by the Commissioner of Information and Strategy, James Ilia.
And upon this, embark on education reforms and programs, engaging our children and the youth in various skills programs and human capital capacity to ensure that they are also involved in the issue of the state for them to also contribute their quota toward the economic development of the state.
On his part, the convener of the dialogue, Muhammad Tukur, noted that the theme of the dialogue resonates deeply with the government's aspirations for peaceful coexistence.
Through constructive dialogue, we can build bridges across divides, foster empathy and understanding, and develop innovative solutions to complex problems. Dialogue amplifies marginalized voices, ensuring that our governance reflects the diversity of our society.
In their separate addresses, Peter Ogundu, a renowned communication expert and Umar Pate pioneer president of the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, justified the need for dialogue, especially in light of the recent protests.
It's an eye-opener for all governments, including the federal government of Nigeria, to do so, to begin to initiate deliberate policies like this to engage with youth.
Don't become a victim to these gadgets. If you are, you remain completely washed out. Avoid drugs, and in your own groups or communities, try to encourage positivity, try to see how you can detach people from drugs, and try to see how you can build hope in people.
The Dialogue for Peace stands as a significant milestone in the Adamawa State government's effort to engage its youth, promote good governance, and ensure a future for peace and prosperity for all.
Where the state government says it will commence implementation of the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira. Now, this is after approved the immediate implementation of the payment. State chairman of the payment. The state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Emmanuel Fashe, confirmed this shortly after a closed-door meeting with Governor Ahmadu Fintiri.
The discussion was very fruitful. It centered on the new national minimum wage of 70,000, which was passed into law and signed and consented by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And owing to what His Excellency promised the workers of Adamawa State, even before the start of the discussion on national minimum wage, that whatever that comes out from the federal government, that will be implementable in Adamawa State as far as he is the governor. The new national minimum wage of 70,000 will be implemented to the workers of Adamawa State, both at the state and the local government level. And the template to be used is the consequential adjustment table that was used in 2019.
All right, the International Committee of the Red Cross has raised concerns over the continuous attack on aid workers As the world marks the Humanitarian Day, ICRC described as unacceptable the civilians or those dedicated to helping them facing such danger. The statement also mentioned that whenever humanitarians are attacked, civilians also suffer the consequences as aid efforts are hindered by the worsening security conditions.